I'm not gonna lie, I get dirty pants.
3 pairs of pants. I'm sure.
I do.
How do they wash them?
I don't know, a river maybe? They must. Do you know what trick they'll do? They'll do the inside out.
Oh my God. You don't do that, do you?
Hey, I'm a celeb. You're probably not watching this, but if you are, I'll do it for free. I'll do it. I'll get in there, eat some balls, some spiders, anything you want for free.
If you went out for coffee with someone that you were seeing, whatnot.
And we were married.
Yeah. Well,
You'd castrate
probably
me.
even when we're not married.
You'd castrate me.
No, I would just be like, goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye or castration time, I'd say. Would you not?
I don't even know what that means.
I've got some of the craziest I'm a Celebrity rules. Okay, so before you go in.
Okay.
So you can only bring in a razor, 3 pairs of pants, right? A camping towel, hair ties, nail clippers, hair buns, comb, and hand sanitizer. That's all you're allowed to bring in.
I love how hand sanitizer's on there. Like,
Yeah, I know. You can bring in hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
but you can only have 3 pairs of pants.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, guys, this is going to be a bit, what is it, TMI, too much info? I would be horrendous in there because I'm not going to lie, I get dirty pants.
3 pairs of pants. I'm sure.
I do.
How do they wash them?
I don't know, a river maybe? They must. Do you know what trick they'll do? They'll do the inside out.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
God. You don't do that, do you?
Let me check. Okay, the next one.
No, I have a thing.
Oh,
so
right,
you can't
okay,
have
sorry.
tweezers. Sorry, that was my mind.
No
when you said that.
tweezers. No. So you get nail clippers, hair buns, comb, hand sanitizer. You get
So
a comb.
like girls are growing out the eyelashes.
I guess
the
so.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not allowed to do your eyebrows in there. You're not allowed to do your eyebrows and you're not even allowed to do your makeup.
You could be like one with nature, really find yourself in there.
You can't do no makeup in there.
One with nature.
Yeah. Apart from there was one girl who was allowed makeup. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't really know why, but she was allowed makeup on there.
I'm sure there was a reason, yeah.
Yeah. And then one luxury item.
Oh, a luxury. Just one luxury item.
One luxury
So
item.
like luxury. So it's not like, what does luxury classify for in the jungle?
I don't really know. Maybe like a pillow, a photo of your loved one. So you would be bringing me in.
Sorry, I would 100% choose a pillow over a photo of my loved one.
Fuck you.
Sorry, guys. I can
Really?
remember-
You
I
would
can-
bring me in?
A photo of you.
What about a pillow with my face on it?
That's a
And
good
then you
idea,
could
yeah.
be like sleeping with me every night.
That's cute, but if I had to choose between a photo of you and a pillow, I'm sorry, I'm not having that sore neck. I'll be taking a pillow.
Rude.
What would your luxury item, though, if you could choose anything, be?
My luxury item,
Yeah.
I think it has to be a pillow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else luxury I could bring in because you're not allowed phones, you're not allowed watches, you're not allowed any technology or anything like that.
So it's not any luxury item.
No, but I have no idea. I think everyone would just bring in a pillow, right?
Maybe. I know what I would bring.
What?
So don't
Tweezers to do your eyebrows.
No, you know what Costco's, have you seen that you can get like a 5 foot tall
Oh, fuck me. Yeah.
lint advent calendar?
Yeah, so these
every single
these are
day,
giant.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
5
yeah.
foot tall advent calendar from Costco. I think is the only place you can get it. Lint chocolate every day. Be open it, getting a big lint chocolate out. Like,
Okay, guys, this is just a massive hint from me to be taking Jessie to Costco so she can get this massive lint
I really
calendar.
want it. I've never had an advent calendar.
Have you not?
No.
That's such a fucking lie. Jessie gets it before December and eats them all.
Yeah, well, I've had one, but I've never used one.
Yeah. The next one is you must stay in for a minimum of 3 days. If you want that money, you got to stay in for 3 days.
So
At least 3 days. Or you don't get paid.
at all.
No money.
So do you get paid your full amount just for 3 days?
I think so.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I saw somewhere, I probably saw on TikTok, that one of the people in there this year is getting paid 1.5 mil.
Colleen Rooney.
1.5 mil.
Yeah, I know.
So could she just stay in for 3 days and be like, bye?
Hey, I'm a
Ciao,
celeb.
ciao.
You're probably not watching this, but if you are, I'll do it for free. I'll do it. I'll get in there, eat some balls, some spiders, anything you want for free. So get me on there next year, please.
God damn.
What? I'm fucking selling myself. They don't. I'm begging. I will go on for free. For free. They can save a couple of bucks.
Mate, I would pay to see you on there.
They can save a couple of bucks here and just spend the money they were going to spend on someone else to get someone really good. and put me on there for free. I tell you, I basically do it on the farm anyway, guys. I lamb sheep, get my hands dirty, go in, eat lunch without washing my hands. I'm used to it, okay?
That's why
Everyone's going to think I'm a fucking freak now. I do sometimes wash my hands now.
That's my boyfriend, everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that, Colin Rooney, 1.5 mil. Crazy, right?
That is just like, oh my God, we got paid absolute peanuts on Love Island. And I'm pretty sure it's by the same network, isn't it? That's why Love Islanders don't get paid much, because all the budget's going on the celeb.
We were on about, what were we on, about 275? I think you're on a little bit more, girl. I think you got paid a bit more than me.
I had to travel really far, okay?
Yeah, you got more money than me, I think.
but still.
What were you on a week?
I'm not telling.
Why?
I don't know.
Fucking, you were on more than me. Anyway, Colleen Rooney, do you know who she is?
Wayne Rooney's wife.
Who's Wayne Rooney?
Footballer.
Who did he play for?
Liverpool.
No.
I'm going to get roasted.
Man United.
Ah.
Yeah, you were closer.
I knew like one of my family members have a jumper with his name on the back.
They're in the jungle at the moment in Australia, in your home ground, like your stomping ground.
It actually blows my mind that you call it the jungle though.
Why?
Australia doesn't have jungles.
They fucking do have jungles.
Mate, it's a rainforest.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a rainforest.
What's the difference between a jungle and a rainforest then?
I don't know. It's just different things. I think jungles have like tigers and stuff. That's what I imagine.
Really? Because where is it done? Where do you guys go in Australia?
So the Australian one, the Australian I'm a Celeb is actually filmed in South Africa. So that's about to
Is that a
start
proper
as well.
jungle then?
I would say.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
would
think
call
you're
it a
giving it
rainforest.
enough credit. I'm not going to lie,
Google
guys.
it.
There's stuff. Jessie thinks it's bushland.
Yeah, it's in the bush.
Jessie thinks it's bushland. And in this bushland, you find snakes that kill you and eat you, spiders that bite you and kill you, and God knows what elf creepy crawlies are out there. So I think it's a pretty scary jungle for miles.
Rainforest. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'd love to see you on it. Can't lie.
Yeah, what do you think you would be like?
Me?
Yeah, watching me.
Oh, I'd be like enjoying it. It'd be
Why?
funny. You're funny. You're like squirmish. When we went on a bushwalk in Australia,
I'm not squirmish.
like a little mosquito flew on him and he was screaming,
When?
screaming, running
When?
away
When?
on that bushwalk with Haley.
Oh, fuck no, guys. What actually happened is they took me into the bush.
Oh.
They took me into the bush. One, terrified of my life. And so basically, when you're actually in Australia and you're walking in the bush,
In the bush.
in the bush, I kid you not, the sounds of, I don't know what these monsters, insects, it's crazy, isn't it?
So first of all, I took him on a really beautiful scenic bushwalk, like by the ocean, in the bush with the beautiful trees. Nothing scary about that.
No, these sounds, and I swear to fucking God, a spider jumped on me.
It was not a spider.
I swear to God, a spider jumped on me, and I'm not playing those games.
If this is how he acts on a bushwalk, imagine him in the jungle, which is actually a rainforest.
I'm not playing those games. I'm not having no spider or snake coming near me. Fucking no, I'm out of there. And I literally just turned around and ran away. You know, it was really funny.
You're terrified?
Yeah, I was like, wait out here, you girls keep going.
He actually cracked the shits because I was trying to like video him. He's like, don't fucking video me.
Yeah, because Jessie's chasing after me with a camera, going, on your back. And I'm like, doing this. Like, what? Where? But yeah, that's not happening again. I'm not playing those games.
And you're
I'm
going,
not.
I'm a celeb for free, will ya?
Fuck yeah. It's good fun, I reckon. Eat some Tezzies.
We're going to go through your dating debacles. So this can be a dating debacle, dilemma, and even better, a dating disaster.
Yeah, and we had a bit of a debacle thinking about the name.
We actually did.
That was a dad joke as well. That was good. I like that.
Alrighty, so our debacle number one. Are you still laughing at yourself over there?
Yeah, that was a little chuckle move. I thought that was a good one. That wasn't even planned as well. That was good.
Debacle number one. I met a guy at a party last year and we hit it off straight away. Everything was perfect. Call me lame, but it was giving soulmate vibes. However, he moved to London for work and after 3 months decided to move home. But we were totally in love. Neither of us wanted to move because we'd have to sacrifice our careers. When he went home, we FaceTimed all the time. I would FaceTime him around my family, my friends. His mum even followed me on social media. But eventually we stopped talking because the time zones and the distance. He was in London last month and we met up for a coffee and he tells me now he's married.
What?
I still have feelings for him. Should I tell him?
Fucking married.
Yeah.
Boy moves fast.
Sorry, not 3 months. It was a year.
Oh, still. He moves fast, no?
Marriage is big. We've been together 2 years.
Yeah.
And I ain't even got a ring.
Oh, disclaimer, Jessie actually did think I was going to propose one time. This is actually fucking horrendous when I heard Jessie thought I was going to propose. You remember? She told me I took her to a beautiful trip to the Maldives for her birthday and she thought I was going to propose. I should have, really.
Yeah, so this guy's moving fast. He's been...
I should have, shouldn't I, really? She told me that and I felt fucking really bad. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, this lad's met a girl a year ago and now he's married. So what do you think about that?
I'm thinking, first take, was he seeing this girl that he's married to and then he met the new girl?
Were the FaceTimes overlapping?
Yeah.
Well, my biggest question is, if you're married, why the hell are you out for coffee in London, another country, with someone that you used to see?
Oh, you fucking pig, mate. You absolute pig. That is disgusting, isn't it?
Well, that's a bit harsh.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I feel like in that situation, when you go to meet someone who you're next thing with and you're married, bad news, no?
Yeah, probably.
Do you not think?
Yeah. So I
You
would
gotta say how he is.
say,
He doesn't seem like a trustworthy man.
but I would say for this girl, so if she wants to know if she should tell him how he feels, honey, don't. No. Do you know what I mean? If he's married and he's coming out for coffee with you, like, girl, he's married. He's got the ring. Honestly,
Wait till you're over him and then say, you could have had this candy. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. You got to prove this man wrong, no? Do you not think?
no, I would just be like, drop him, catch you later.
Really?
Yeah. If a girl messaged you
Right.
and you went out for coffee with her, this is how my brain works. I just apply every
I'll be
situation to
in
me,
the
Will.
fucking doghouse big time, I would, wouldn't
If
I?
you went out for coffee with someone that you were seeing, whatnot,
Right.
and then they
We
were
were,
gonna,
and we were married.
yeah. Well,
You'd castrate
probably
me.
even when we're not married.
You'd castrate me.
No, I would just be like, goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye or castration time, I'd say. Would you not?
I don't even know what that means.
Do you not know? It's a farming term. You castrate them.
Ah.
Chop the balls off.
But yeah, I would say drop it.
Yeah. Leave
Yeah?
it.
Leave it.
I would say as well. I'd say bad news. You're only going to get hurt. You
Don't
know?
even go out for coffee with
I've
them.
seen this 100 times, girls. He's going to tell you he's going to leave his wife and they never do. Seen it 100 times in movies.
You've heard it from Will.
Yeah. He's never going to change.
You deserve better, hun. So does his wife.
Preach. All right, moving on to my dilemma. My girlfriend wants to move abroad because she's bored of London and the city life. But all my friends and family are here. She's not British and thinking about moving to Norway. How do I tell her? I'm still totally in love with her, but I don't know if I can drop my whole life. Is that you? Did you write that dilemma in? That's kind of like our situation.
Obviously, that's not me.
Yeah, that's kind of like our situation, no? You could give some good advice on this.
Yeah, I think with this one, if one person wants to move away, make a big dramatic change, and they have that travel bug and that urge,
Well, what
I think
happened if
if
it's
they
not?
if they don't do it, that's going to kind of be in their soul. Like, they're going to want to go do it. You can't really tell someone to stay.
What if it's a little bit less than traveling? What if it's like this girl wants to move to Norway, she wants to settle down there. It's not like she's going to go from place to place to place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I guess again, if the guy's not ready to leave his friends and family.
Yeah, it's a tough situation because you don't want to tell the other partner what to do. You kind of do have to agree on something in between. I think that's a really risky situation too. I think if he were to
You're
go,
dropping your bags and leaving your life here. And what happens? You do that, and it's just a big waste of time almost. And it doesn't work out. And then you come back and you've left your career. Friends and family is a little bit different because I feel like they will always be there. But you're almost leaving your life behind. And if you're not 100% sure that you're going to marry this girl, then it would make it a real difficult situation.
100% it is. I think this is one of the situations where I would like get my notepad out, line down the middle, pros, cons.
Really? Talking about pros and cons then, did you have any pros and cons when you moved here?
I wanted to be with you, like, straight
Is
up
there
that.
pros and cons? Imagine if we find out, gang, that there was. I'd love to see them.
Nah.
That's like what Ross did to Rachel. You know what I'm talking about on Friends? That's what he did, an actual pros and cons list.
Yeah, no, pros and cons list gets you through everything.
Yeah.
I think, with that one, it's a tough situation, but you do kind of have to follow your heart. It's kind of one of those situations where I'd be like, you go first. If you really want to move, you go first. We'll try the long distance. And if it doesn't work, it wasn't meant to be. Yeah?
Yeah. So moving on to, I guess, kind of like us. We live at opposite ends of the world. but we've done long distance for probably like a week or 2 weeks, but we've never done long distance.
No.
And that's all really down to you, right? Because when we came out of the villa, you're the one that left your life in Australia, probably with no goodbyes. It wasn't probably planned at all that you were going to just move over here. So what were like your thoughts and feelings behind that?
Yeah. So with us, it was really random. For context, we went on Love Island and I went on Love Island UK and moved straight in with Will. So when I was on the show, I really hoped to fall in love and I was kind of prepared to fall in love and do what it takes to like make a relationship work.
Yeah.
Did I think that I would move straight in?
I feel like with me and you, we were both wanted that. We were so open for love.
Yeah, we really wanted to make it work. I think when we came out of the villa, I had the option to actually go home because ITV had booked my flights home because that's what
bastards.
you do.
What the hell are they doing there then?
Got me back to Australia.
Yeah.
However, they did fly me to London for a week so I could do the reunion.
Yeah.
In that week, in my heart, I really hoped that you would want me to stay. But if not, that was like my safety net. I could go home. So I pretty much had a week to make the big decision. And I just thought, if I had have gone home, would we have made it as a couple?
Honestly? No.
Like coming straight off a reality TV show, both being busy with whatever commitments come up in each other's home, seeing your friends and family. I know for me, when I go home for a week.
What do you think? Do you think we would have lasted if you went home?
If you had have told me, like if I had have gone home and you said come back over, I would have come back over.
But I feel like if you went home, I would have just followed. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like if we would have gone our separate ways, it wouldn't have worked. It would have been too difficult.
Yeah, and I think because
do you think?
I think it would have been really tough, and I think we would have come across a lot more issues with trust because, you know, you come off a reality TV, you've got all those followers, probably 100%. People in your DMs, and then you're on the other side of the world and your mind kind of goes like a little bit crazy when you're not together all the time. Your mind wanders. So I think we never like...
What?
Wonders. About what you're doing. I'll be at home being like, oh, you know, he's gone to an event, he might meet someone. I'd be stressing, you know. I wasn't that confident in the relationship because I was like, oh my God, he can do better than me. So I would have just been like stressing.
No, I can't.
Probably causing you a big headache in Australia.
Everyone knows I'm the one punching with you, baby.
Not true.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
But thank you, you're beautiful too. But I think because we went straight together, we really got to know each other, build that trust. And then when we started to become apart, like spend time apart, we already had that trust bounded.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess with it, there wasn't that like uncertainty. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like if you would have gone home, there would have been that massive uncertainty of like what's happening, like with our relationship, like you're not seeing each other.
And like, who are we outside in the real world, not in the Love Island villa?
Yeah, and I know me as a person, I struggle with long distance. I don't like it.
Yeah, you said that when I first met you, actually.
Yeah, that was one of my like, what is it?
Like a no.
Like a what
deal breaker.
A deal breaker. I was like,
I was sitting there. I'm like, well, great. I live in Australia.
Yeah, this is really good. But I know me as a person. I don't want to do long distance. I know I can't do long distance. I don't want, do you know what I mean? It was like it's either we're going to have to near enough move in or live in the same country or that sort of thing, or it just wasn't going to work.
Yeah, which is good because we both wanted a serious relationship. And one thing I hated about like dating is like you actually have to date. Like I was like, I can't be bothered with that shit, like having to meet up for dates and stuff. I just want to like be around you all the time, like live together.
Sure, man. Oh, I'm Mr. Sugar. I got the chat, baby.
Have you ever done long distance though, or is it just not on your cards?
Nah, I've not really done long distance. It's difficult because of the farm.
Yeah.
I can't. You have.
I have done long distance, yeah. So
go
pretty
on,
much
spill the tea without hurting me.
Oh, it's not going to hurt you. Pretty much any like situationship or relationship I had was always long distance.
Australia's a bit different because Australia's huge as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Australia is really big and I live in Tasmania. I'm from like such a small place. So I had a long distance relationship, my first relationship.
Right.
So
and what was that? What different states or what?
Yeah, so different states. I lived in Tasmania and they lived in Melbourne, but he lived in Tasmania as well.
Yeah.
And then he had to move to Melbourne for work.
Right.
So we were already dating for a while. Actually, no, that's not even right. That's
how much of an irrelevance you are now, boy. That's what I would say.
So we were dating, and then because he was moving, we broke up. But then we got back together when he lived over there. So
did you move over there with him?
Eventually, but we did long distance for a while.
And how was that? What was that like?
Awful.
Was it difficult?
Oh my God, it was so awful. He used to go out on a like Friday night, be like, oh, my phone's flat, and like not text me till Monday. And I live in a different state. I don't know. So I was like stress mode. And then the other weekends, I worked at a bank 9 to 5. So what I would actually do is 5 o'clock after work, drive to the airport, get on a flight and go stay the weekend. So I'd arrive like 11 o'clock a Friday night, and then I'd get like a 6 a.m. flight, go straight from the airport to work on a Monday. So I was just absolutely knackered.
Yeah, that does seem tough.
Wasn't fun.
Yeah, I haven't done long distance, but there's actually this lad who worked on our farm. So basically we get like students come in for lambing, and this dude basically had a girlfriend. I don't know I'd love to know your take on this, but he had a girlfriend that he'd never met. So he's American, studying in the UK, the veterinary course, with a girlfriend in South Africa, and he had never met this girl before, but they'd been boyfriend and girlfriend for 2 years. But they like FaceTime, Skype, different things like that. Something they used to have date night, which was like they were both from the camera and they would like press play on the laptop to watch the movie at the same time, but never met her. And I used to
kind
like,
of cute though.
I know. I was just like, I find that crazy. I do.
So how did they meet, or you just don't know?
2 years. I'm gonna guess something like social media, Facebook or Instagram, along those lines, sort of thing.
Yeah, I do find that quite sweet, but I do find it quite sad as well. And like, because you haven't met for 2 years, like, wouldn't you be scared to meet for the first time?
2 years is it's a long time.
Yeah.
A long time without
And not
meeting
having to
someone.
meet. And I think like when you're talking to someone online, you almost get to make up how they are in your head because you don't see the full version of them.
You like prejudge them. Yeah.
So they could be completely different in real life. I actually kind of did a thing like that in COVID too. So I was talking to this guy for like 6 months. And because of COVID, we
never met.
We had met actually at a bar once.
Okay.
And then it was during COVID and we started like Facebook DMing and then we just started calling each other
Facebook DMing.
Not Facebook DMing,
How
Instagram.
times have changed. Jesse's old. Jesse's an old kitty cat.
I was actually Instagram. I don't know why I said Facebook, but we started like calling every single night, like after work, because we were both in lockdown.
Right.
Like video calling.
For 6 months?
Yeah, for ages.
From your point of view, what was that for? Was that like did you generally like this dude, or was it more of like you liked having someone there to talk to? Because obviously with COVID you couldn't see anyone and all of that. Was it more of the fact of like having someone that you can talk to, comfort you, or was it generally like you liked this dude? Do you know what I mean?
I think it was kind of more of like a friendship.
Yeah,
no
like having someone there.
Really lovely person.
Yeah.
But it was like more like friendship vibes. We were just talking for ages, and obviously because of COVID, you couldn't really go meet up. Like,
no, unless you were naughty. Unless you were naughty. Well, we used to meet up at the park. Me and my village mates. What?
Oh my God.
What? You can't get in trouble now.
I used to work for the COVID response. That's illegal, mate.
We were 2 meters apart, thank you.
Okay, good. As long as you're social distancing.
Yep. We were at the park.
But yeah, with that situation, I think it was just like really liked talking to him. But then when we were like coming to the point where we wanted to meet each other, I'd like psyched myself out and I was like, you know what? I actually don't think I want a relationship. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's fair. Like, I think a lot of people do that. It's like, yeah, it's nice to have someone there.
Yeah.
And unless you're leading them out, then that's a big no-no.
No. I like properly ended it.
Yeah. So you struggled big time with, and I know this because obviously we were living together. The first 3 months of our relationship was tough.
Oh yeah, it was really, really tough, and I don't think
really
it was very
tough.
reflected on social media. It was amazing. It was
were
amazing.
happy on socials, guys, but it was quite tough.
It was like
especially for you, right? I would say.
Yeah, it was really tough. It was amazing, like our relationship, but I miss my family so much. I just can't even explain. And I have moved away from my family a lot of times, and I think like the first 3 months.
This one, I guess, is like you're across the world. It's not like you can just get a flight and fly home and see your family. This is like you got to take 2 days out, and it's a big commitment.
I remember once I was like so sad, and you know how on movies they like go out and they look at the moon. I was having a moment like that, so I like walked.
You were.
Yeah, I was. I was in my feels. I was like already crying, so I walked out.
What, we're just gonna brush past that? What were you, a fucking werewolf?
Yeah.
Going out to the moon?
I haven't finished my story, mate.
What?
I walked out to look at the moon because you know in movies where they're always like, look at the moon, and no, I'm always like looking back at you. And I was like looking at the moon. I was like, yeah, my family like probably looking at the moon at home off the front porch. And then I was like,
now you're making me feel
it's
bad.
bloody daylight over there. They're not even looking at the moon.
Me feel bad for saying you're a werewolf. But that is sweet. Yeah. So
And then I just started crying more as well because I was like, I couldn't even call them.
yeah, it was tough. And Jessie you didn't buy clothes, did you? Like, and I don't know if this was like you being like, you weren't 100% sure that you were going to stay sort of thing or what, but you didn't buy clothes.
Is that how you saw it?
Jessie wasn't buying clothes and was just like wearing my clothes. And I was like, is she just going to like get her bag of belongings and leave? Do you know what I mean? Because you didn't have any personal items or any clothes or anything like that. You wore my clothes a lot of the time, and then anything obviously that came from Love Island.
I think it is hard to adapt. Like, doing that means like this is set in stone, and I think like still with dealing with the fact that I'm so far away from home, and I think, you know, when you just think in your head that you're going to go home to your family, I think I was really struggling with that concept that that's probably not going to happen for a while.
Yeah.
And then
Homesick, right?
Yeah, very homesick. I really was so homesick. And I think, you know, seeing all my friends do all the things that they did on social media, the fact that it was freezing cold in England and it was like sunshine, beautiful weather in Australia didn't help either.
I actually catfished Jessie with the weather guys as well.
You told me it was going to be warm.
I was like, yeah, it's beautiful. We have the summer's really nice and it'll get warm. And I kept on going, no, just give it a couple more weeks. It'll warm up. It was warm.
And I was like sitting there freezing. I was like, dude.
And it never did. It never did. But by that time, I had you trapped down. That was my plan all along.
But in saying being homesick, you and your family were so accommodating. Like, I think
shout out Mumsy and Dadsy.
Your mum and dad could tell, and I think they were doing everything to make me feel at home. Like, his parents are so sweet. They were out buying me like a wardrobe and trying to put like girly little touches.
They were in on my plan to trap you. Unite as one. No, I'm only joking. They won't come down. They love you though. They love you.
But when you went to Australia, so when you came to Australia for a few months, that was probably like the second longest time other than Love Island that you'd spent away from home.
Oh, mega homesick.
Yeah.
Oh, it fucked me up. I was mega homesick, wasn't I? Sorry. So like, I'd never really stayed away from home apart from Love Island, which was completely different. But then when I went back to Australia, like it was all really exciting, you know, the first like 2 or 3 weeks, really, really fun, everything like that. And then I don't know if it was like jet lagged and then we went to America because we were all really, really busy. And I just I freaked out, didn't I? Freaked out. I was just like mega homesick. I felt sick. I didn't feel like I belonged. Do you know what I mean? And it was really, I found it really hard to adapt the first time I went to Australia. When we went and met kind of like your parents and family for the first time. Not I had the most amazing time, don't get me wrong, like it was incredible, but I just felt like because I'd never really traveled before, I was like feeling these feelings I'd never felt before, and it was just really strange.
It's really hard. It gets you really far out of your comfort zone though. That's one thing I'll say.
Yeah, 100%.
I think not relying on, you know, the friends that you had at high school and you having to make new friends and find your people all from scratch. I think it's like scary, it's difficult, but it actually teaches you so much about yourself because you have to stop and be like, okay, what type of friends do I want?
Yeah.
Because in school and when you're in your hometown, you kind of like grow up and you're given your friendship groups and whatnot.
Yeah.
But when you're on the other side of the world, you really have to find out who you are so you know who to surround yourself with.
I went to Australia and I found myself. That's what they say, isn't it? When these people go traveling, I found myself.
You did find yourself.
Traveling.
Came back with blonde hair.
Yeah, I fucking did, baby. I'm Ken. I'm Ken. I'm just Ken. So what? Again, but what would your one piece of advice be? Because if someone give me an advice on homesick, I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't. So what would because you've done a lot of traveling and stuff like that. What would your piece of advice be for homesick?
I think one of the things with homesickness is you really just have to remind yourself why you came here and what that end goal is.
Right.
Because you can't get to the other side. You can't get to that goal of living in that other country if you don't get over that hurdle. The first 3 months, honestly, I find so difficult. Once you get over that, you start to plant your feet. But you can't just go somewhere and everything's sorted for you. You really have to learn and kind of push through those challenging bits. And then once you do that, if you don't find it as a home, you can always move home. I think that's one of the things for me. I love my friends and family so much in Australia. I know that they're always going to be there for me.
Always will be there.
Yeah. So if something did happen, I know that I've set myself up. I've got my foundations at home. I can go home and resume life. I can go back to my hometown. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, I've got a couple of mates traveling at the moment, and one of them found it really hard to adjust, like the first 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
But now you just like you do the crime, do the time, don't you? Isn't it? The crime's buying the plane ticket, and you're doing your time, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just stick it out. Honestly, that is my advice to anyone, even traveling.
I definitely saw it with Jessie. Like it is like a switch almost like I felt like as the more comfortable and the more time that you had in the UK, you just blossomed like a flower.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? You like changed completely, and I feel like you felt like at the start you weren't being you. Do you know what I mean? I know we had a lot of conversations like that right at the early on. You didn't feel like you were you.
Yeah, I think I didn't feel like I was me because I didn't have the same conversations that I would previously have. I didn't have like my same routine. You know, I was a personal trainer before I moved to the UK. Now I like to step in the gym. Like,
We ain't stepping in the gym no time. We like donuts too much.
it's like literally, we do like those donuts.
Yeah, they're fucking good.
But yeah, when you move away, it's like stripping yourself back bare, and you're like, who the fuck am I? What do I like? How do I, you know, how do I survive on my own?
What were the biggest culture shocks coming to the UK? Like, what were they? Like, what were you just couldn't get your head round sort of thing?
Being the different one. So even people being like, people saying to me, oh, you've got an accent. I'm like, you guys have an accent to me. You know what I mean? Like
your accent's coming a lot more British, so I'd say.
Yeah, because
we're converting you.
No, because people told me that they can't understand me.
Really?
Yeah, you hear that all the time. Even you say to me, because like I do that mumble Aussie
It's only
accent
when
vibe.
you get around your fam. I think you're pretty good. No, these Aussies, they just start. I've been stood in a circle once, and they all just go. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about, guys?
When I was on the plane, she was like, would you like a drink? And I was like, can I please have a water? And she was like, and asked me 3 times. I was like, can I please have a water?
Yeah.
And now I've learned.
Pronounce your T's.
And then people are like, you're putting on a British accent. I'm like, no, sometimes people actually don't understand me. So I've learned to tip of the tongue or whatever they say.
Tip of the tongue, yes. You had a big one with like, this is actually really funny. So for like the first 2 or 3 months of mine and Jessie's relationship, I would go, you're right. That's just a very common saying here in the UK. It means probably absolutely nothing. You're not asking if they're all right. It's just like a passing hello or something. You're right. And I used to say this to Jessie all the time, and she fucking snapped at me one time. She like slapped. She was like, why do you keep asking me if I'm all right? Of course I'm all right. Like, do I look like I'm not all right, sort of thing?
I was holding that snap in for so long because I felt like you were asking me, are you all right? As in, like, why are you upset?
Yeah.
And I was literally, it was happening in the villa too. Everyone kept saying, are you all right? And I was like,
what?
Yeah.
Get off my back, everyone. Of course I'm all right. Like, yeah.
I was like, do I actually look like I'm that miserable? Like, everyone's asking me if I'm all right. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I think in Australia we'd say, how you going?
Yeah, the guys it's actually really funny. I thought it was like a comedy sketch when I went over there. They go, how are you going? That was actually a pretty good Australian accent. How are you going? Or they go, howdy. And I'm
Howdy.
like, surely that's not real.
That's just like what my family say, howdy.
Howdy. I'm like, surely we're not in a country movie right now, but that's funny. You've got football and soccer. We've had quite a bit of debate about that as well.
No, I don't say soccer anymore.
No.
Do not say soccer in the UK. Any Aussies that come over here, don't say it.
No.
It's football.
Yeah, we don't take that lightly. It's footy. Footy, because you have the AFL in Australia, don't you?
Oh my God, AFL, best sport in the world. That's another thing actually about moving abroad. I'm Australian and AFL, it's my favorite sport ever. Aussie rules football. The only bad thing about it, it's the best sport ever. It's just available in Australia because it's Australian rules. So I can't even go like on a Saturday, go watch my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Can't even watch it on TV.
Side note, guys, these guys are fucking nuts. I kid you not. Like, they're absolute animals. I know when I was in Australia, I tried to get in and hooked up with the game. They're like beasts out there. That you like catch it, knee in the chest, knee in your nipple, knee in your face. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, it's something that I'm definitely going to get involved in.
Favorite sport ever.
Definitely.
But other than that, I think, just being like the different one in a different country, not having your friends and family around you is probably the toughest thing.
I know when you came out of the villa, there was this almost like sense of guilt. And it wasn't like, for me, I know it wasn't a nice situation for you, but like when I can almost like visibly seeing that that you are homesick and you are upset, and then you don't get to see your friends or talk to your friends when you want because of the time frame. It was difficult. It was really, really difficult. And God knows what you were feeling during those situations.
Yeah, I felt bad for you as well because I feel like you were trying to make me as happy as you could.
I was trying to do everything to try and and I guess that's where probably the guilt does play into it a little bit. I was trying to do everything that I could to make you feel as comfortable, and all I wanted to do really was make a home for you. Do you
No,
know what
and
I mean?
I definitely felt that. I did. But I also felt guilt when I would be upset. And it's not that I didn't want to be there, but there were times where I feared that's what you were thinking. Because I think you
Yeah.
even said to me, if it's tough, you can go home. And I didn't want you to think that like I wasn't enjoying being in England.
Yeah.
But I just really did need to sit in my emotions and kind of like process them. And I could tell that you could tell that I was upset. So
For sure. And I think with it, because we've had like, I wouldn't say like arguments, but probably like, I wouldn't even say disagreements, but like conversations about when, if you are down or something and you want to speak to your like girl best friends, it's completely different. You can't all the time. And you probably have me bugging you, being like, oh, what's wrong? Like, talk to me sort of thing. But it's just either about me, the situation, or like you want that best friend aspect. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to be away from my friends and family, especially when I can see their lives changing too, and I'm no
I
longer
know.
a part
And
of that.
your little sister growing up so quickly as well. So Jessie's
Yeah.
got a little sister she's 4 now, isn't she? Who's
She's
just
4 now, yeah.
growing so fast, and it's a lot. And I hate to see as well you missing so much time away from your family.
Yeah, but with that, I think this is where like the decision I know is right because you supported me through that. Instead of us turning our backs on each other and me just flying home, we did really prioritize the relationship, and we've found ways to work. Like we do go back and visit my family.
But you even said that a couple of days ago, didn't you? That so last time we were actually in Australia was
February.
about a year ago now, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Well, coming up when we left for Australia, it's coming up to a year ago, and you said, "Oh, next year I definitely don't want to leave it that long. You
Yeah.
don't want to leave it a year."
Yeah.
You know?
I know it has been like a real long time since this is probably the longest I've ever not seen my family, and I'm really really close with my family too.
Of course, yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
And I know in retrospect you have suggested so many times, and you did this actually really early on, moving to Australia.
Oh yeah, the sun, the beaches.
But I think the thing with me is like I know how hard it was for me to get over the homesickness, and I have now created a home in the UK, got through that
100%.
tough part.
Yeah.
I would not be able to watch you go through what I had to go through, especially knowing firsthand how it felt.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. But weirdly enough, I actually do see our future in Australia.
I know you do. I like that.
I feel like I will live there
Yeah.
when I'm a bit older. Do you know what I mean? I definitely do feel that.
Yeah,
But then again, I don't want you to like not consider moving to Australia to be because you don't want me to go through those feelings, because it's like it's natural to go through those feelings. Everyone who travels or moves, I guess, goes through those feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's really tough. The dream would be one day to get our parents to actually meet. The Love Island Villa, thanks for the producers for letting us stay in for this day because they easily could have booted us out. We went home the next day. Let my mum come, and that's actually when Will's dad got to meet my mum.
Yeah.
So that's the only time any of our families have actually met.
And part of actually the renovation that's going on at the moment, in the back of my mind, I've got this really amazing plan and that's why I'm trying so we've got in the spare room, like a nice double bed with wardrobe space and things like that, because I have in my head set out that next year I would love to invite kind of like your mum, your little baby sister, Nan, all to England, to the farm sort of thing. That's what I've kind of got in the back of my head.
Yeah, hopefully one day. We just had my brother here for like 5 months, but...
Yeah, the boy did not want to leave, by the way, which we loved, obviously.
I know, I was so sad when he left. He only left like not even that long ago.
How was that? You loved it?
I loved having my brother here because, like I said, it was like a little piece of home here.
Yeah.
And like I've not had that since living in the UK. So that was...
Not have it ever?
No.
Never? Yeah.
I know.
I loved to have him in there as well. It was like I had a brother in the house. It was awesome, wasn't it?
No, it was amazing seeing you guys get along. But like this is one of the things with like long distance relationships. If you do have that person that you feel like it's really going to work with, it can be amazing and it's going to be challenging. But, if you kind of do push through those tough periods, I do think like long distance relationships and living on the other side of the world, you can really make it work. Because like if we hadn't take that bet, we wouldn't be here right now.
Do you do we have a form of long distance relationship? But not us personally, but I think what not a lot of people actually do talk about is like within like long distance, which you're talking about now, is leaving your family and friends.
Yeah.
That's a part of long distance and something that probably isn't spoken about as much as two people actually doing the long distance and living opposite ends of the world, right?
Yeah, I think long distance friendships are just as much of a challenge as long distance relationships. You're going to lose friends in the process, and then you're going to have to really work hard to keep your friends. But I like my best friend Haley. Shout out to her. She's actually my biggest supporter.
Yeah,
I know she'll be the first one listening to
shout
this
out
podcast.
Haley.
But you know, it's so hard to keep in touch, and like even little Haley, my best friend, she like was moving house and stuff, and you know, she moved
Missed
in with her
it,
boyfriend, and I like missed out on all those things. And we used to be housemates, and
Of course.
I felt really bad, like her going through all these stages of her life, and I was on the other side of the world. But
Of course.
with those, like I love my friends and my family so much; they love me as well. I think the biggest thing is, even though I'm on the other side of the world, I think that's everyone loves seeing me live this life.
Yeah.
And
And I think the most amazing thing is social media from like your family's point of view as well.
keeping up to date with everything.
Even if you, let's say you don't speak to them for a day or 2 days, but you post on social media, they're like in a cinema watching your life.
They're keeping up to date
Come
with
apart.
it.
Do you know
My
what I mean?
4-year-old sister literally loves our TikTok account. She always,
Yeah,
if we do
she-
like a TikTok sound, she'll start like singing the TikTok sound.
Yeah, it is really, really sweet.
It's really cute.
And
It's
then
really
they get
cute.
our YouTubes up on the
Yeah.
telly for your little sister to watch as well.
They're so sweet.
It is
yeah.
very, very cute. But I guess that is one of the most amazing things with social media, posting the videos. Although maybe you're not directly speaking, they're watching and knowing everything that you're doing, but just not firsthand.
Yeah. And as someone who is the oldest sibling, I think I'm the oldest of 5.
Yeah.
5. So I've got 4 younger siblings, and I feel a lot of guilt from living far away from them and not being a part of their lives. But
Yeah.
I do also know we're from a small town and I'm the older sister. So me going out and living this lifestyle and like showing them everything I do, it inspires them more.
I
It
think
inspires
that's-
them to travel and have
Yeah.
bigger career goals. And I think that's like one thing as a big sister, like whilst I miss them so much,
Yeah.
they do get inspired by me. Like my
Lead
my
them the
siblings
way.
have
Lead them the
traveled
way.
so much. Like before I started traveling, they
Yeah.
didn't travel.
Yeah.
But seeing someone you love go out and explore the world and, you know, take the world head on. My little sister messages me being like, she sends me the most sweet messages. My
She
sister,
is
she's,
very, very cute.
I think she's
yeah.
25. She's Will's age.
Yeah, because Jessie's the cougar.
I'm a girl. But yeah, my little sister sends me the most like lovely messages reminding me that, you know, she's telling me she had an issue at work, and then she reminded herself, if I can go on Love Island, if I can move across the world, if I can do all the crazy things that I do,
Yeah.
she says I can go to work and I can tackle this challenge. And she says, thank you for that. So
100%.
as hard as it is really, you know, it's all worth it.
I think one of the big reasons for your brother Brock to come over, you wanted to show him a completely different side of living, and you're talking about the other side of the world of living, sort of thing, just to open his eyes up. And what better place to do it than your
Well,
home
we took
over
him
here?
traveling to LA. We took him to
We took him
Italy,
everywhere.
We
The
did
boy
take him everywhere.
travelled. Yeah.
And before that, he'd barely even left Tasmania, like our small town. So, you know, I'm so proud of my siblings. And I guess that's probably like, that is definitely one of the benefits of moving for someone you love. Like, you know, you don't only learn a lesson, but the people around you can learn as well.
100%. So when me and Jessie we did long distance for the tiniest time.
Oh my God, 2 weeks.
I'm fucking worst.
It
2
was
weeks
going to
of
be
my
longer.
life.
It was going to be 8 weeks.
Fucking yeah, fuck that. Worst 2 weeks of my life. But so Jessie, this was like, had to apply for a visa and get her visa, and I had to go home for work. And you know, there was this big thing when I left. It was like we were so unsure whether Jessie, first of all, was going to get accepted for a UK visa. Secondly, when that was going to happen. Thirdly, probably quite minor, but it was during fucking Valentine's Day as well. And I was like, this is our first Valentine sort of thing. But I think I struggled a lot more than you with that. I felt like I really wanted you to come home, and I almost like needed it, probably, which doesn't sound good. Do you know what I mean?
It's a fear factor. It's the fear of being apart once you've been together for so long. Because
100.
this is when
It's
things
scary.
change.
It's
yeah.
very, very scary. I don't think I could do that, you know, with me and you now. I don't think, like, if you went back to Australia and was like, I'm going to live out here and I was going to live here, it would crush me. I'd find it really, really difficult.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, like, we had to make a decision whether we do long distance, if we want to, you know, sacrifice how our lives were before, and we did. We wanted it and we made it work. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's definitely faith in finding love on the other side of the world.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to do some quick fire questions, agree to disagree on these long distance statements. So the first one is, Distance makes the heart grow fonder. Do you agree or disagree with that?
For me, it's a disagree. I don't agree.
Do you not? I agree in some suspect. Is that a word? Suspect?
I
Some
don't think so.
aspect.
Yeah, aspect.
No, I agree in some aspect. I feel like when me and you were apart, I miss you. And because we're together, we're 24/7, you never get that emotional feeling of miss.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't say for me, I would say 2 days max.
Well, I am really bad for this. So I am just like such a, like, what's in front of me.
What's that word called? You said
Object
to me.
permanence.
Yeah. What's that again? Object permanence.
Object permanence. So like, you know, if you're away in a different environment, if I go to work for the day, I'm not thinking about home.
Yeah.
That's like with my family, because I see videos and stuff on social media.
Yeah.
I miss them.
Yeah.
But then I think like for you.
Why? What?
I don't know. I don't have.
Why are you laughing at me? What?
I don't know. When I'm away from someone, it makes me miss them less.
Well, we're never doing long
Except
distance,
my family,
people.
they get. I would start.
We're not doing long distance. Hell
I like
no.
you when you're with me. Do you know what I mean?
What? Question right now. Did everyone hear that? I like you when you're with me.
Yeah, because then I start to think about, like, I start to overthink scenarios.
So do you not like me when we're not together?
I don't know. We've not really spent that much time apart.
But we have.
I don't think distance makes a heart stronger.
Right. Anytime we're going to be apart, I'm just going to have to come with now.
Because then I'll be like, okay, say if I go back to Australia, I'll be like, oh, now I've got to start working on me because you're not there. So I'm like, oh, I've got to focus on me because if I start focusing on you in my mind, I'll be thinking about you 24/7.
Yeah, no, I don't
so then
agree,
I've got to like shut it out a bit and be like, okay, let's start going to the gym and get in a routine and like almost distract myself.
That's
so then
nice.
I'm like,
Me
then I'll
on-
be in a routine. Then you get me out of my routine and I'll have a panic attack.
Yeah, and then I'm on the other end just sobbing my heart out.
Aw.
Sad that me and Jessie, sad me and Jessie aren't together.
I always miss you when we're not together. All right. Long distance creates trust issues.
Agree.
Probably agree as well.
Do you? Yeah.
Do you know, it's not like long distance itself. It's like, for me, as you probably just heard, I'm a stressful thinker. I
mind-
always stress about things.
The
I make
mind
up-
does crazy things, I
Yeah.
think. The mind is
know.
not your friend in those situations, I'll tell you that much.
As well, as I was in like a long distance relationship when I was younger, that left me with like some trust issues.
Mm,
Don't want to be going down that road again.
mm.
I'm sure, like, if we had to do long distance, we'd sort it out, but stressful.
You should meet someone before declaring it a relationship.
Oh, so like that thing we were talking about before with the farm guy.
My guy, yeah. My guy.
I do think you, like we said before, I think if you haven't met them and you're talking to them online, you can kind of like create this glorified version of them because you don't have to be there with them through their flaws.
Yeah.
But if you want to do that online stuff, you do it.
Yeah. But
Just
I
be
don't,
safe.
I don't. I think you should meet someone because I feel like in a relationship, sex is an important factor.
Is,
Yeah.
I
Not
guess,
like-
yeah. Oh, yeah, if
Not
you met
like
someone.
the most important, but I definitely feel like you. This okay, obviously bringing religion into it with no sex before marriage or things like that. But speaking from my case, you know, I wouldn't say sex is the most important thing, but having that physical touch and
attraction to have a relationship.
to have a relationship does need to be there.
Yeah, and they might look completely different in person.
It could be catfishing, yeah.
You never know. Yeah, you should probably meet them. Long distance relationship is more of a friendship and attraction.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that as well. I think like it's hard because I don't know. I just disagree with that.
Relationship is more of a friendship or attraction. Yeah, nah. Because I feel like you can still do long distance if you don't see them. If you don't see them quite a lot.
No, it'd be more. It'd kind of be the opposite. Wouldn't you like love who they are because you don't actually get any benefit from them because they're all the way
No, but
away.
you still do see them, right?
I don't know. Long distance, I would say you're doing it for love.
Yeah, you're in it for the love, I guess.
Yeah. Last one is right person, wrong time. Do you believe in it?
No.
Either. I do think that, like, for us, I could have easily been like, oh, nah, wrong time.
If you want it, you can have it.
Can ya?
If you want it, you can have it. Do you know what I mean, though?
You'll find a way to make it work.
If you want it, you can have it.
Yeah, you can find, yeah. You'll find a way to make it work.
As Cheryl Cole said, fight for this love.
Oh, look out.
Yeah. As she said, fight for this love. I feel like, right person, wrong time. If you want it, you will make it work. Do you know,
100%.
like, you will, sort of thing. If you're not 100%, then you might go no and then go, it was right, and justify it by saying, right.
I think sometimes there may be like 100% wrong times, but I think in almost
Where? Give me an example and I'll prove it wrong.
I think I don't know.
Go on, give me an
Right
example.
person, wrong time.
Yeah.
If something really bad's happening in their life and then they just can't commit to it, but then the other person should be willing to wait because it's the right person. They
Yeah,
don't
if you're
need to
the
go off
right
to someone
person,
else, I guess.
the person, they should help and build you up.
Everybody listening as well, we are more than open to have our minds changed. Do you know what I mean? We're more than open to hear your opinions and stuff. So feel free to email them in to willandjessie@agreetodisagree.com. No, fuck.
That's
I did
completely
that wrong.
wrong, guys. If you want to I'll take over
I
from
tried.
there. I'll take over from here. If you do want to email us, if you don't agree with some of our opinions, great. This is why the pod is called Agree to Disagree, hey? So
Yeah.
please do email us in. And we will read it, and if we go, hey, that's an amazing point, you'll get featured in on the pod, hey?
Yeah,
So-
like our minds, we're not stubborn. Our minds are more than happy to be changed.
So email us in, and that is on Will and Jessie at agreetodisagreepod.com.
Oh, you sound like you're a radio presenter or something.
Fuck yeah, Radio 1, hit me up. Okay. Okay. And then this is our last segment. We don't know whether we're going to keep this or change it. We're still trying to find our feet here. But we quite like this idea. So it's our agree to disagree moment of the week. And this is basically where me and Jessie have had a little tiff. We've had a little disagreement in the house, as married couples do. And this is our agree to disagree moment of the week.
And I'm going to let Will say this one because you were the one who thought we need to bring this to the podcast. I was pretty set with my mind.
And what I would love from everyone listening or watching is to actually email us, DM in, and I want you to pick who you agree with, okay? Ideally me, but we would love to hear from you guys, and you can almost decide who wins. And hey, if this is a hit, we can get a little tally board and we can tally it up. And the loser can do a forfeit.
Look at you go.
I know, that is a story for another day, though. But the story right now is I basically want to put a Christmas tree up. I want to put a Christmas tree up. I want to put decorations on the wall. I want to have a happy, holly jolly Christmas, okay? But the only problem is we're obviously going to Australia in a few weeks to have Christmas at home with Jessie's family. So Jessie thinks basically, what's the point? But you're making me go to mid-December without any Christmas decorations in the house.
Okay, firstly, I'm not the Grinch. I know I sound
Jessie
like the Grinch right
is
now.
the Grinch.
I'm practical, okay? But firstly, it's not mid-December. It's like the 10th of December. So I still classify that as early December.
All right, the 3rd of December. The 3rd, mid-December I'm going.
Yeah, look, call me the Grinch or whatever. I think
What's your reasoning not to do it? And guys, I'm like...
hassle, time. When we get back, I have to clean it up. Also, if it's all plastic stuff, I'm just like that. I've never bought Christmas decorations.
I've never heard more of a Grinch than I have right now. Do you know what I want to do? Because I'm like, this could be just magical. Me and Jessie skipping around the house, tinsel in one hand, balls in the other hand. Christmas tree up. We've got the radio full blast. Christmas music on. Do you know what I mean? Mince pies cooking in the oven, that smell. Christmas, right?
Yeah, but we don't need to decorate the whole house. You can have a mini tree.
Let's decorate. It will be so nice. We can leave carrots out for Father Christmas and a glass of milk.
Yeah, when we get back in February, they'll
And
be
it'll all
eaten by
be-
rats.
It will all be turned, the milk will. It will all be mouldy. But yeah, this is our agree to disagree moment. We would love to hear from you guys to see whether we should actually put the decorations up or not.
Bearing in mind, we're going to be in Australia for Christmas, so we can have decorations there. But we'll want both.
They don't do it in Australia, though. That's the problem. That I went to this carol service, and their carol service is fucking people on the beach with their tops off or bikinis on, singing not even real Christmas songs. So that's the best that I get.
Aussie Christmas.
Yeah, not a real one.
That's a wrap for us today. Thank you so much for listening.
And guys, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, please. Honestly. But yeah, thanks so much for listening.
Thanks for watching. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.